How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with a video on me praising Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. This is the final movie in the trilogy, in the original Skywalker trilogy, and after this, I'm going to be going on to the prequel series, and then after that, it's going to be the sequel series. But this movie, released in 1983, about Luke Skywalker continuing off of the last movie, trying to become a Jedi Master, saving Han Solo, and finishing the Neo Death Star that's being built right now. And man, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm crying right now because I just got done with it. And this movie is a 10, or not a 10, excuse me, it's a 9. Oh man, this movie is a wholehearted 9. It's the best one in the entire trilogy that I watched. It was amazing. It remedied so many problems I have with the other two, and I just want to talk about it so bad. Hopefully, I make it a short video because man, I just want to go get to the good stuff. So you start off with Luke going to Tatooine, back to his home planet, a different man, a man in general, compared to when he was a boy, and you can even tell in Mark Hamill's like demeanor and visually, he's older. It definitely shows in this more than it did in the first two that he's a lot older now. Mark Hamill's here to save Han Solo and all that, and Lando Calrissian is here, Leia, R2D2, and C-3PO all show up as well. Chewbacca shows up, and they all come here to beat up Jabba the Hutt, bro. They're gonna pull up on him and they're gonna run him from his for his foams, bro. And they do that. They pull up on him. They run him for his foams. They run him for his Han Solo. They go to the the Sarlacc pit, and I want to talk about that for a second. So Zarface, right? He's a rapper, or they're rappers. There's like a people from a Wu-Tang Clan and some other people, and they have a song. I don't remember what album it's from, but they have a song called "The Zarlacc Pit," and I didn't know that the Sarlacc Pit was like that song was based off of this, which is really cool. So that made it even funnier when I heard the name. I was like, "Yo, that's a Czarface song. That's fire!" But that made it even better. So Sarlacc Pit, they have all that beef going on. They save Han Solo, and they all book it, killing Jabba the Hutt in the process. And then they go back to the Rebel Alliance. They have a plan ready to destroy the Death Star, and they enact it. Luke, Leia, Han, and the droids, along with Chewie, along with Chewie, go to the planet near the Death Star to disable the force field, while Lando and all the Rebel Alliance go to destroy the Death Star, the same way that Luke destroyed it in the beginning of the or at the end of the first movie. Lando's doing that now as well, and they go in. Luke realizes that he has to go fight Darth Vader now. And I forgot to mention, between Tatooine and the Death Star destruction plan, Luke went to Dagobah system. There you go, the Dagobah system. And he saw Yoda one more time because Yoda, ever since he left, or ever since Luke left Yoda, he was dying. And when he went back, Yoda was on his last days, and he was talking to him about Obi-Wan and why he didn't tell him about Darth Vader and how he was his father. And they have this little conversation before he dies about how it would have made him harder for him to fight him, knowing that that's your father. That's no easy task to defeat your father, the one that you've known to be an evil man, but he's your father, and you fought him before, so now you know like there's some good in him. Anakin's still alive and all that. And so now Luke has to go fight Darth Vader one more time, knowing that that's his father, or knowing, or him believing that he has some good in him, that Anakin is still alive in there. And back to the Death Star, Luke actually leaves Leia and Han after a sequence where they meet a tribe on the planet after fighting some stormtroopers. And he goes to Darth Vader after telling Leia, "Yo, I'm your brother. We're family." And if he tells her, I'm your sibling," and they go off, or he goes off by himself to fight Darth Vader. And a character that we get introduced to in this movie is Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, because we've met the, or we've heard about the Emperor before, but we never met Palpatine. And this man is evil. He's sinister, diabolical, and despicable, bro. So we know like he's not redeemable whatsoever. So we don't even have to worry about that. But Anakin is, because Anakin, Anakin was seduced by Palpatine to join the dark side, and that like he was controlled and tricked basically, completely seduced by power, taking a shortcut. And Luke is over there now, not fighting them, but he's in awe watching as Palpatine knew all along that he was gonna come and that the plan was going to fail. So he's making him watch as his friends fail, quote unquote, at their plan. Meanwhile, Leia, everybody, and the tribe that they met earlier, so the tribe views as they view C-3PO as their leader, as a god, and because of that, they follow him and they go into battle with him. And now they're fighting all the stormtroopers at the barrier to bring down the shield, which was originally supposed to fail, but they managed to use their wit and cunning and their forces, there you go, to outsmart the stormtroopers and shift sides into their favor. Wow, I didn't know that was missing. I gotta fix that at some point. But now they bring down the force field. Luke is still dealing with the fact that Palpatine's trying to seduce him into the dark side. And with all that being said, he fights Anakin. He fights Darth Vader because he's trying to seduce him over there. And Luke spazzes on him. He actually cuts off his arm the same way that Darth Vader cut off his, and he almost kills him, but he doesn't. And he goes to Palpatine and he's like, "Yo, I'm not doing it. You failed." And then Palpatine's like, "All right, be it. Let it be that way then." And then he uses Storm Trance Destiny 2 Arc Soul on him, and he starts going crazy on him. He starts shooting him with the electricity. And Darth Vader over here, he watches on in awe before he realizes, no, I'm not gonna let you kill my son. He has that mental battle of that he throws. And this part was hilarious to me because it was just so crazy. He throws Palpatine overboard instead of, I thought he was gonna stab him because I knew like Palpatine's gonna die, but he threw Palpatine overboard instead of just stabbing him with a lightsaber, which I thought was hilarious. That caught me off guard. And then Luke and Darth Vader go to a ship. Darth Vader reveals his face to Luke, and in his last moments, he died as Anakin, telling him, "Luke, you were right. There was still a little bit left of me that was Anakin." And then he died, showing his face to him as Anakin, his father, and not as Darth Vader, the invader. And Luke goes back to the planet that Leia and Han were on. Han finds out that Luke is Leia's brother. Everybody's back. They destroyed the Death Star, the Neo Death Star, and they're all there. And in the final moments, you see, oh jeez, in the final moments, you see Obi-Wan and Yoda, and you see Anakin looking on, and then you see Luke looking at them. And man, that moment destroyed me. And that's the end of the movie. But overall, this movie was great. The problems that I had with the last movie where Han and Leia's relationship was weird were remedied here because now like I said before, their relationship would have been better if the payoff was more in this movie than it was in last movie. But this movie, their relationship was good. It was fine. I thought it was great. You have Luke finally telling her that they're siblings, so all that stuff in the beginning in the first two movies is like, okay, whatever. They didn't know. And now they do know, so now they don't do it, which is great. And Han himself is like, look, I know you like Luke more than me. And she's like, no, we're siblings. And he's like, yo, let's go! And he's hyped, bro. My man got to win overall. He became a good guy and he got rewarded for it. He got the lady and he won. He was persistent and he won. And he still got to keep his friend too. So he got a lifelong friend. Lando Calrissian is back and he has a girlfriend now. He won. He actually won, bro. and that's amazing. But he you also have C3PO and R2D2. They're as funny as ever. They're the comic relief being them is hilarious. I love the fact that C3PO became a god for the tribe because that was funny. Yeah. You have the Lando Calrissian. I didn't like him that much in the second movie, but seeing him here, I liked him more here. It shows he's not just a double crossing guy. He actually has some good in him, and he proved it to all of us, which is fire. It's really fire. You have Admiral Akbar, who I know from Emperor Lemon, but when he used to do YouTube poops and his profile picture on YouTube is Admiral Akbar. So I've known about him for a long time, but I didn't see it until now. So now I know about Admiral Akbar. But you have the tribe themselves. They were cool. And you have Jabba, nasty, disgusting person. I have to talk about that actually. So the negatives in this movie for me were the CGI sometimes was a little wonky, like the first and second movie, but that comes with a caveat, right? So the CGI was wonky because it was ambitious, and I think that's perfectly fine because considering when this was made, the CGI was nothing like this. I like let's say like Spy Kids 3 or whatever, right? Where the CGI was all over that movie. It didn't look great. It did not look great. This movie, Star Wars, completely like 20 years behind, I think, 20 to 25 years behind. They have CGI that looks better than the Spy Kids 3 movie. And granted, it's a feature-length film, like it's important. It's a big film. But the fact that they made the CGI look this good in the 80s is amazing. And I can see why so many people love Star Wars because it's impactful. The CGI was beyond its time. The movie was great. All three of the movies were great. It's just like seeing them like this. It's impressive, and I can see why so many people care for this series. Like literally, I have a Star Wars shirt on that I've had for the longest time. It's Luke and Darth Vader fighting. I think it's actually in the third movie. Either that, no, it's the second movie, because he has a blue lightsaber, not a green one. But is great. This trilogy is great, and I can see why so many people care for it. But the another negative for me was the the tribe and the introduction to him because I was a little bored at that point. I was like, oh okay, I'm not too interested in this yet. But if the tribe wasn't here, the movie would have ran into the same problem that I had with it with the second one, where I wasn't interested in the B plot. While here, I was completely interested in the B plot because of the tribe. The fact that they were helping them and they were having a full scale battle with the stormtroopers made it even better. So I was interested in Han and Leia. So it was even better. It was so cool because of that now. And that was remedied. That was remedied compared to the second movie. The only thing I had a problem with was the CGI, and that's it. Legit, just that's it. And even then, it's like it's more of a critique than it is a complaint because it was ambitious. The CGI was great because it was ambitious, but it did a little too much when it was ambitious. Some of it didn't look that good, but it was great when it was great. So I can't complain. But overall, this movie, it was amazing. For me, it was the best one out of all three. And I can't wait to see the the prequel and the sequel to see what happens with these characters because I'm so excited to see Anakin. I it would it have been better if I watched it like prequel then sequel? The ending would have been better, yeah, but it was already good for me. So just seeing that already is gonna be hype for the prequel. So how that goes down, it's gonna be it's gonna be rough for me to see that again, or to see Anakin descend into that to dankness to darkness, bro. It's gonna be rough, but that's why I'm here for it. But thank you all for watching as always. That's gonna be it for me for now. Talking about Star Wars, the Skywalker trilogy is done. We can put it in the history books, and I watched it. Now it's time to go into the or the prequel. Hope you all enjoyed, and until next time, I'll be back here with Anakin instead of Luke. Peace.